deal with that. Um, that's weird. That should not be like that. Sorry. How's everybody doing? So, the situation is here that the Shure Digital preamp for my Neumann microphone died. So, I went on Temu today and I just put in, condenser mic, and I found one for $15 that's pretty good. So I got that. But for tonight, the only way I'm going to be able to do this with you is through the Logitech Brio webcam mic, and to get a little bit more projection on my voice and I don't have to scream, I have the beautiful, wonderful, pink karaoke mic. So, I have to talk to you about a few things that have been going on recently, because if I don't look, I really didn't want to do this anymore, to be honest. Because I know the majority of my audience are what you call haters, okay? Drinking haterade. And they are alcoholics of haterade. It's sad. But regardless of that, the fact is that I'm a reverend, and a watchman, and a witness. Okay? Someday I think I'm going to give like a new version, an updated new version of my testimony. I'll do that sometime for you. The first time I did it, I actually had paperwork with it, and it wasn't scripted per se, but I had bullet points that for a narrative, so that I remembered the narrative correctly. Of what exactly happened to me, because it was pretty supernatural, to be honest. But it says in scripture that as a watchman on the wall, which was the position in Israel where they would sit on the temple roof, and if they saw an enemy coming, like the Philistines or whoever, the watchman would sound a trumpet, and because it's a threat. Funny story with them, if they ever fell asleep, one of the priests of the temple would run up on the roof and set them on fire. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. Okay? That's how important that job was. If you're not watching and you're supposed to be, they set you on fire. So, if I don't tell you the shit that's going on and how clear it is at this point what the fuck is going on, then your blood is on my hands. And honestly, I don't want that. So I'm biting the bullet. I'm going to be here to do what I'm supposed to do. Because if I don't, God will not be happy with me at all. So I got something for you. What do I have for you? All right, let's check it out. This right here is the great Brian Tyler Cohen. I very much suggest to you to subscribe to his channel. He's a very honest guy. He's not an asshole either. He's an honest dude. So, is he on the liberal side? Yeah, he's on the liberal side. I have no problem with that at this point. If you can see a person's character, it doesn't matter if they're a Democrat, an independent, or a fucking socialist. If their heart is right, then you could be okay with them. And Cohen really is the type of guy that just reports. And then he'll give you opinion because he likes doing opinion too. To fucking pwn Trump. Who the fuck shouldn't want to pwn Trump at this point? It's fucking American to pwn Trump, because we don't tolerate dictators in this country, and we go to war to take them out in the past. I don't want war ever. I don't care what it is. Once you say, I'm going to go to war, you've lost the war. No war, period. We need to use the pen and our mouths. Diplomacy and deals. I thought Trumpy was supposed to be the great deal man. The fact is, and it seems to me, that he has no idea how to do a correct deal. He says to the press, we successfully did the 90-day, 90-deal. But sir, what are you talking about? Like, okay, you got something done with Vietnam, apparently. Not a very good deal, apparently. But he got a deal with Vietnam. That's not 90 deals, sir. Well, what you don't understand is we sent the letters. We sent the letters, and the letters are the deals. And we're done. We did it. We succeeded. Before, ahead of schedule, we succeeded. So that's what you're dealing with. Pretty stupid shit. But this, yeah, we're talking about the Epstein bullshit. Okay? The fact of what is going on in this country right now with the Epstein list, and everybody knows that an Epstein list did exist because it was entered into evidence in Ghislaine Maxwell's trial. So, on its face, there is no list of clients is bullshit because there was a little black book that was entered into evidence that, yes, included clientele names. 2,000 apparently. Alright, so I want you to see this. We're going to start this and I'll give you the commentary on it because there's stuff that needs to be highlighted about this. This is just as big and serious, I think, as something on the level of the JFK assassination. Why do I say that? Well, the reason I say that is mainly because you're dealing with a massive, obvious cover-up of bullshit. Why? Because your president's name is all over that client list. And it's not just DJT, Mr. 45, 47, 9/11, Mr. 9/11. Take apart what I just said there for you gematria freaks. I'm a gematria freak. Trump was 45 and 47, right? You take those numbers, add them together. Not all of them. You go 45, 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. Trump is Mr. 9/11. Why? Because he's going to give you a nuclear bomb going off somewhere. That's why. Wait for that. That's coming. So here we go. We're going to start with Brian.
It looks like Trump's little freak out this morning over Jeffrey Epstein caught the eye of somebody who knows exactly how to twist the knife when it comes to Trump. Elon Musk took to Twitter and wrote, "How can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files?" And of course, this is especially potent coming from Musk, what with this tweet being what brought the idea of deporting Elon into the zeitgeist. When he wrote, "Time to drop the really big bomb. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. This is the real reason they have not been made public."
There, folks, is point number one. You have point number one right there. This is why Cohen is very good. He gives you shit straight up and straight, and you can see it. Okay? Here's point number one. Your president is on the list. What does that mean? Well, what do you think it means? What kind of names were on that list? What kind of activities did Jeffrey Epstein allegedly take place in? Procuring of young girls, right? Yeah, there you go. You had a video of Trump with these disgusting males, including Epstein, watching these young girls, probably no older than 15, 14, 16, dancing around and going, whoa, she's hot. Right. Your president is a PDF file. Are you okay with that? You see those weird pictures of Trump with Ivanka. Object lesson. We got to do things like this because, well, you know. Ivanka sitting on Trump's let's see, this might be a little bit weird for people. I know it's, oh my God. And it's not just, guys, okay. I mean, hang on. This is a no. If you say that this is okay and normal, this is a no. What is this? What is this? Look at the way he touches his daughter and kisses her like his mate, and Melania is right here. Now that might just be a little cute shot there. You can choose. What the hell? Guys, I never even seen this one. What does this look like to you? Does this look like a young call girl in a bed with him? That's his daughter. Yeah, raise some eyebrows. I wonder why. She's real young there. There's nothing wrong with that one, I'd say. Why do you hold your daughter like this over here, under here? Okay, that's enough of an object lesson. I might have to go vomit like Alex Jones. We're going to go back to the video. I just want to get this done because it's important. There's too much really weird shit that the American people should not be okay with. Okay? Let's do it.
Nice day, DJT. In other words, you've got the same guy who said Trump was in the files now confronting the White House about their rationale for not releasing them. I wonder if the two are related. Of course, you don't need to just take Elon's word for it. Trump himself offered up the biggest tell in the world when it comes to his desire to see the files actually get released.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would.
Granted, while Trump
Well, that's kind of interesting, isn't it? He goes, oh, there's a lot of fake stuff in that world. Yeah, Don, you'd know a lot about that world, the Epstein world, wouldn't you? Huh? You really would know about that, wouldn't you? You used to ask Trumpy about, well, how do you feel about Mr. Epstein? We need to know this, Don. Good guy. He happens to like women like I do. It just happens to be quite a bit younger. Because Don says he likes them, 22, 23, 24. I like that. That's what I'm into. This is quotes he said, Don. Okay? I'm not just making this up. He said this shit. But the 13, the 14, the this, the that, I'm really not into that. Are you sure? Do you know how old Ivanka was in the picture that I showed you with her with him at that party with her in his lap? She was about 13. What the hell is going on? Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell? So, are you okay with that? I think it's really weird, and I overlooked it in 2016. I overlooked him saying, grab them by the pussy. Why? Because I thought we needed a strong man, and I did not want a demon like Hillary Clinton to be president. But we get a demon no matter what, pretty much. Back to Cohen.
Trump's rationale for not releasing the files is pretty damn clear. It's also worth noting that Elon Musk is not some white knight here either. After all, this video certainly existed when Elon was throwing hundreds of millions of dollars at Donald Trump to become the next president. It's not like his relationship with Epstein was some secret, as Trump himself likes to say.
Oh, shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.
In other words, You don't get to feign surprise when the guy who Epstein himself called his, quote, closest friend for 10 years doesn't release files that may very well implicate him. And Elon Musk is smart enough to know that. He's only saying something now because he's salty that Trump and Republicans rescinded the EV mandate in the budget bill, which is actually even worse if you think about it, because Elon knew long before he endorsed Donald Trump about his association with Epstein, but decided that all of that was permissible.
We all did, didn't we? We all knew Donald's name was on that list with the Lolita Express, along with disgusting's pervert Bill Clinton, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Stephen Hawking. I learned today Bill Richardson was on the list. This list has been out there partially for the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. It was entered into evidence. You are never going to get the full shit. Why? Because it would dethrone governments. You would have a Sunburst Tarot today. Shout out to Sunburst Tarot. Read the cards, and the cards told the truth again. They always do. If you know what you're doing. And it's coming from the light and not the darkness. It's going to tell you the right shit. And she said, you're dealing with a satanic cult pretty much. They're into weird shit with sex with kids and this shit. Yes, they're Luciferians at their core. But you call it Crowleyan Satanism with sex rituals. Basically, that's what you're dealing with. And a lot of government and Hollywood and the music industry are very into that. Pretty easy. Back to Cohen.
So long as he could derive some financial benefit from it. But when he feels that he's been slighted by the White House, again because of this EV mandate rescission, suddenly this information is disqualifying? Where was Elon months ago complaining about Trump's association with Epstein then? Elon claims in his tweet that Trump is in the Epstein files. Why didn't he bring that up when he actually worked in the White House, when he actually found that out? He was perfectly fine helping cover up that information.
You can easily find pictures out there of Elon with Ghislaine Maxwell. This is all of them basically going, I'm for what? I'm fighting against it. And then you find out that they were procuring individuals as well. They were the clients of Epstein's activity with young girls. Elon ain't clean, doesn't look it. I won't say guilt by association, but I don't have any reason to believe that. Why? What exact connections do you have with Ghislaine Maxwell? Why would you be seen with her? I'm not going to do guilt by association. I'm just saying.
When he was nabbing fat government contracts, wasn't he? In other words, Elon is exactly the thing he claims to be fighting against. The reality is that for these people, Epstein isn't some moral crusade. He's a bargaining chip. He's a way for someone like Elon to drive screws into Trump to get what he wants. Think about how fucked up that is. Both of these guys knew full well what was happening, and they pretended it mattered to them when they were on the campaign trail. That's why every Republican voter out there was cheering in vindication. They exploited that desire for accountability for votes and power. And yet, once they had the chance to actually do something about it, meaning release the files, they disappeared. Surprised? You shouldn't be. This is what Trump does. It is his entire MO. He doesn't actually care about any of the things he promises supporters. That's how he lures people in. In his first term, he promised an infrastructure law that never materialized, a healthcare plan that was cheaper and more comprehensive that never materialized, a middle-class tax cut that never materialized, a jobs boom that never materialized, a manufacturing renaissance that never materialized. But he did make time for a tax cut for himself. And now, in his second term, he's doing the exact same thing, promising reduced costs and cheaper groceries and lower rent and housing prices, and yes, promising justice when it comes to Epstein's victims and accountability for his criminal associates. But he's not delivering on any of those things. The only thing he's actually done is give himself a tax cut yet again. How many times does Trump have to completely fuck you over before you begin to realize that lying is not a bug, it is a feature? He knows that he can say whatever he needs to say to get your vote, and that once he gets that vote, once he gets that power, he doesn't actually need to stand by anything. And of course, he'll always have people like Pam Bondi who can run cover for him like they always do.
In February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video,
I gotta help you out with that if you're not aware. She's a Nazi liar. John Roberts of Fox News asked her back in April, it was either this year or 2024, I think 2024 actually. He asked her, we're hearing that it's possible that you're going to release the Epstein client list. And she said, it's on my desk. He did not ask about other evidence about Epstein. He asked about the client list, and she said it was on her desk. Now, like a snake, she's twisting her words and lying to you. What are you going to do about it?
turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day.
And that's insane that you would even have to say that. Of course you're not going to release CP as the government. Nobody's asking to see that. We want you to hold accountable every name that has damaged a young girl or boy or otherwise. We want you to take them down like you said you wanted to, but now you are going to protect them because they are your swampy MAGA people.
To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive, but...
Wow. Pause. Look at the look at her face. She knows she's fucking herself with this. The video was not conclusive. Whole stop. Period. Why did you release that then? It's nonsense. It's complete nonsense if it wasn't conclusive of anything. Do you smell the bullshit?
The evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was
Complete and utter nonsense. Complete and utter nonsense. I hope you love your government, the people that voted for John Trump. I really hope you enjoy your vote and you enjoy these wonderful blonde Nazi women lying to you.
a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every year, every night, they redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking for that video to release that as well, showing that a minute is missing every night. And that's it on Epstein.
Talk about verbal gymnastics.
Now on that point, I think there's no lie. No lie there. They use a closed-circuit TV, CCTV system from the 1990s, and it's a tape from the 1990s, the same tape that gets taped over and over again, and they probably have it get piped into a digital server so they save it, but they reuse the same tape over and over again, and there's a minute that it takes to basically rewind and start recording again. So there's a missing minute. I think she's telling 100% truth there, okay? And what can you see in a minute anyway? Do you think there's going to be some kind of huge revelation in that 1 minute? No, it was just the tape rewinding and to go back and record more. I believe that. So you get one truth and a bunch of bullshit. That's what you got. Let's finish this up.
Anymore, and she might actually qualify for the 2028 Olympics right here in Los Angeles. So look, I hope that Trump supporters out there recognize the con. Donald Trump got what he needed out of all of you and refuses to stand by his word. Elon was well aware of who Trump was and kept quiet only until he could use it as political leverage for himself. These people swept into office pretending to defeat the deep state. This is what the deep state is: a bunch of wealthy, powerful elites looking to protect themselves and their own interests. These are the very people Trump pretended to want to fight against, when in reality, the perpetrators are Trump and his allies themselves.
On her way to work.
Oh, that is a very based take from Brian Tyler Cohen, BTC. Very based and correct take, okay? The elites want you dead. They're going to call you now, if you like it or not, because you put orange fascist Hitler in the presidency. So I hope you're happy about that, everybody that voted for him. I hope you're happy. Me? Who did I vote for? I voted for Kamala Harris. Not because I really like Kamala Harris, but because I think female leadership is needed. More of it. Because they're smarter than males, and they handle everything, including pain, better than males. They're superior creatures to us on every level. So I think we need more women, way more, a matriarchy. I'm for that. Because men think with their cock before their brain, most of the time. And when they're thinking with their brain, it's usually aggressive, testosterone-filled nonsense. We need more women. Now, here we go. This is an absolute classic Trumpy performance. In this, he's supposed to be talking about illegal immigrants and MS-13 types. What you need to understand is that Donald Trump, this demon, is telling the story of the Garden of Eden, where he is Satan and he is the snake that bites the woman. Listen to this, and I'll see you next time. Peace and Maranatha.
One morning, down the path, along the lake,
A tender-hearted woman saw a poor, half-frozen snake.
take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman.
Sighed that vicious snake.
She clutched him.
To her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't brought you in by now, you truly would have died.
She stroked his pretty skin again and kissed him and held him tight. But instead of saying thank you, the snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, O tender woman. Take me in, for heaven's sake. Take me in, O tender woman, sighed the vicious snake. I saved you, cried the woman, and you've bitten me. But why? You know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm going to die. Shut up, silly woman, said the reptile with a grin. You knew damn well I was a snake before you took me in.